Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy XilentFlex here, and welcome to another episode of Ask Flex, where you guys send me your questions regarding life and I answer them with the best words of wisdom that I can. So without further ado, once again, let's go ahead and get started. Our first question is from Door H, and he basically said, I wanted to ask if you had any more tips to gain more confidence. And I thought this was a really good question, and I actually wanted to start this off with a quote that I created about 2 days ago in regards to directly to confidence. And what I said is confidence is a matter of self-worth. Believe you have it and it shall be yours. Now I start off with that quote of my own because for me personally, gaining the sense of confidence that I have today, and just so you guys know, I still need to work on my confidence on a daily basis. You know, it's a lifelong thing, but building the sense of confidence that I have today started with me believing in it. You can't have any doubt in yourself if you want to believe. If you want to believe that you're confident, if you want to make that belief into a reality, you have to believe it yourself. You have to know it's something. So it's very important that if you want to attain a very good level of confidence, you got to believe in yourself. That's the seed. That's the first seed you plant and to sprout that confident that confident tree, as lame as that sounds. So I think that the first step to building confidence is believing in yourself in general. Believe in whatever you want to improve. If you lack self-confidence in your appearance, if you just walk around every day and you don't think you're an attractive person, then you need to start building that confidence by telling yourself, I'm attractive. I'm attractive. I'm attractive. Every day, wake up, tell yourself, I'm attractive. Every day, wake up, tell yourself, I'm just as sexy as Brad Pitt. You know, whatever you need to do, tell yourself every single day you are attractive. And then once you start telling yourself and repeating that to yourself every single day, you start doing things. You start walking around with the mindset that, you know what, I am attractive. And you start turning that mindset into a physical aspect where you start walking around and just the way you present yourself to other people, just the way you talk about yourself, just the way you walk down the hallways at school just gives off that aura of positive mindset that you are confident in yourself, that you are an attractive person. So, you know, the number one tip I can give you is believe in yourself. And the second tip I will give you is kind of like a flip side. It's don't worry about what other people think about you. In my opinion, you need to learn to be you no matter what other people think. In a sense, it's the art of not caring. I mean, you have to take that with a grain of salt because certain things you obviously should care about. But I think in order to be confident, it's important to be you all the time. You know, you can't care if you want to wear a pink shirt today and you're a guy and you think you look fresh as ever in a pink shirt, you by hell wear a pink shirt and walk down the hallways and know that you a sexy stud wearing that pink shirt. No matter what anybody else says or thinks, you know that you're a sexy stud walking around in a pink shirt because you believe it and you know it. And just like I said, that belief and that aura of self-worth that you're presenting to people without even saying anything, people will be able to notice that you believe in yourself, that you know you're an attractive person. So my second tip, as I will restate it, is just to learn to be yourself no matter what and don't care what other people think. And that action in itself will help you create a better sense of confidence. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question because I wanted to try to get through more than one question for today. So give me a second to click to the next one. Okay, so the next question is from an anonymous person, and he says, basically, I'll sum up his story, is this individual is a very active student in school and sports and whatnot, and he just encountered an injury, and you know, the sports that he was playing was his passion. That was where most of his friends were. That's where he did most of his socializing, and he spent a lot of time practicing and playing that sport. And when he got injured, he says that, you know, ever since his injury, he finds himself sitting at home and he, you know, he's not hanging out with his friends as much because all of his friends were playing that sport. So he wants to know, how can you find a new passion, finding a new passion? And you know, this isn't necessarily something I can give you a direct, indefinite tip on, but I can give you my personal opinion. I've been one of those people where I sit down sometimes and at least in the past where I've told myself, man, I feel like I don't have a passion. I feel like I don't have something that's working for me. Like, what am I going to do when I get older? I'm not one of those kids where I grew up and I was like, oh, I want to be a diehard basketball fan. I want to be a pro soccer player. I just was never one of those kids. And it took me sitting down. I think if you want to find a new passion that you might not have discovered yet, sit down and just analyze what interests you. What are some things that you just love? And I'll give you an example from my own life. One of my greatest passions besides wanting to help people and improve people's lives is music. Now, I have absolutely no talent in music. I don't play any instruments or any of that. But I have an out-of-this-world passion and love for music. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do is to listen to music, to find new music. It brings me out of my body sometimes, and I swear music just does things to me. It's amazing. So I knew that when I was trying to search for my own passions, I had to sit down and think about what were some things that I loved in my life. And I knew, I said, you know what? Music. So find something that you love and then build off of that. Like I said, I have no talent with musical instruments. I can't sing. I don't play any instruments like I just said. So I told myself, what can I do? What's a passion that I might want to follow in the future that can incorporate music? Because I love it. It's a passion of mine. And that's basically where, my last video I talked about passions. One of my other huge passions is to open up a venue someday, to have a club, a place where people go to listen to legit music, a place where people can go and dance, a place where people can feel the music. I want to have a venue someday where I can have huge artists come and play music and people can come and enjoy it. And that's one of my passions because I love music. So why not be a part of that in a direct aspect, put on shows for people. So that's how I came across another passion of mine, something else that I wanted to strive for in my life. And so I hope that tip helps you. And I'm going to try to do one last question very quickly before the end of this video, so go ahead and give me a second to click towards it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read the final message since it's very short. He says, I have a girl question. A month ago, I was talking to this girl I know from school on Facebook. She asked for my number and we started texting. I had a crush on her for a year and I figured out she liked me, so I asked her out and now we're dating. I haven't really talked to her because I'm terribly shy. She said if I don't start treating her like my girlfriend, she'd dump me. I was wondering if you have any tips on ways for me not to be shy around her. Okay, before I really say anything else, I want to tell you guys that in my personal opinion, one of the most important things in any intimate relationship is communication. So if there's any other people out there that are having a hard time communicating with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, whatever, this is definitely an important thing that you want to work on, because if you can't have communication, I guarantee your relationship will not work. The odds of it to succeeding are very unlikely. But my number one tip I can give you, my friend, is if you're having a really hard time talking to her, if you just feel extremely shy around her, what I would do is force yourself to get into a situation where you just sit down and you guys talk for hours. If I were in your position and I just had a very difficult time talking to my girlfriend, what I would do would be put myself in a position, as I said, where you guys are forced to talk for hours. If you want to just really, really brighten her eyes and show her, wow, you're trying, you should give her a call on the phone. Call her on the phone. Do not text. Call her on the phone. Say, hey, I just wanted to know if you'd like to come out with me this Friday and grab some coffee. I just wanted to talk to you and learn a little more about you, and just get to socialize with you a little more, because I know that that's something I've had a little bit of trouble with lately, and I want to help improve that part of my life so that you and I can have a more successful relationship. And what you want to do is go out there and have some coffee with her. And I want you to do, if this is what it takes, do everything opposite from what you would normally do. So you guys get there and you sit down to have coffee. If you would normally just be dead silent until she says something, I want you to think of whatever you can and just talk to her about it. I don't care if you look at her shoes and you go, hey, I think those shoes look great on you. Where did you get them? And she talks about her shoes and she says, I got these from Dillard's, blah, 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 last week. And you go, oh, that's awesome. Tell her your favorite pair of shoes that you like to see on women. And just go from there. Just you need to have a conversation with her like you would have a conversation with your friend. And in my personal opinion, once you have that first really long, really deep conversation, even if you don't talk about anything important, it kind of takes a little bit of stress off your shoulders because then you get a little more comfortable with her. In a sense, being shy is all about how comfortable you are with other people. You know, shy people just have a difficult time being comfortable with others. That's why they have a difficult time talking to people. And the more you do it, the more you practice it, the less shy you become because you become more comfortable. So my number one tip for you would be to get out there, call your girlfriend up, tell her you want to take her out to some coffee, and just talk with her. Do whatever you can. Talk about video games if you want. Or just put yourself out there and do what you can to be a little more active in terms of socializing with her. But that is going to be my final question that I answered for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I finally got 3 questions out like a boss. Ah, yeah, I feel like such a stud right now. Anyways, I'm carrying this video on once again. It's going to be really long as usual, but I'm sure you guys don't mind that anymore. I know you guys love me as I love you guys to the max. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for spending the time you did on this video today. It means super mucho to me. And guys, as always, stay fly and stay fresh, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.